Hi everybody, how you doing? It is still Thursday night. I'm working on doing some painting, so I thought I'd just make a little video, kind of let you see the process, okay? Because we're going to be using what's called chalk paint, and I love it. It's by Rust-Oleum. Get only by Rust-Oleum. I know there's homemade kind. Do whatever makes you happy. I like linen white. And I can't remember the other shade that I really liked. It's kind of like a soft, like a yellowy white, real soft, buttery, I want to say. Okay, anyway, this is linen white, Rust-Oleum. And that's what I do. I take a frame like this. It's real shiny, but it's got lots of curves and everything, and I'm going to really distress it afterwards. I wished it was thicker, but it is what it is, right? So then we're going to have this cute little cart, going to finish painting it because I can't go outside and spray paint it. So I'm going to have to do it in here, and it's so detailed. I've only got just a little tiny bit done. And there's a couple of boxes. Oh, and my tier tray, one of my stands for my tier tray. I've got to finish doing that. And a jar that I'm going to use because it's going to be a 3-tiered tray. 3 instead of just 2. I gotta be different. Haha. No, I just want more room to put some stuff. Okay, that's the real truth. Okay, well, I'm gonna start painting, and what I do, especially with this, is I'm gonna try to keep it. I'm not looking to try to save wood grain because there's no wood grain. This is, some kind of I don't know what it is, to tell you the truth. So I just dip my brush into the paint, and I just go for it. Okay, there you go. I think everybody can see. And it's going to take more than one coat. I can tell you that already. I'm just trying to get the sides here at the same time. Don't want to retouch it because it'll lift the paint up. When it's dry, humid in Florida anyway. I don't know what that has to really do with it, but anyway. Once you put it down, and it's not, and you think you want to go back over it again, you don't do it because it'll lift the paint right off. So you have to wait till this coat dries completely. And I help it along with the blow dryer. And there's some people that use a heat gun, I believe. Most of the big crafters do, but I'm a nobody, so I use a blow dryer. Well, I'll catch back in with you so you don't have to be too bored. You get the point. When I come back, I'll do some distressing. Be right back in a snap. Snap. Hi, I'm back. Here's where we are. Just give it an update. I've already been getting ideas for Christmas, and while I was painting this little guy, I kept thinking, wouldn't that look like the stinkingest cute sleigh? Yes, I've got a Santa Claus. I've got a vintage Santa Claus. It would look absolutely cool in here. We gotta make some reindeer. Anyway, yeah, getting lots of Christmas kind of feelings. Wow. Cool. So I think what I'm going to do is make the tier tray all Christmas themed. That way I have it ready for the season because there is so much more you do for Christmas. You got your tree and, decoration and ornaments and snowmen and lights and oh my goodness. So get a few things out of the way that are decor, but So this has been just unfun painting because it should have been just spray painted. Because as it goes round and round, of course, paint, some of it will bubble up, which is what I'm trying not to let happen. Now, I would have left it rustic. It wasn't rustic. It was dirty. That's, I don't know. There was no black iron that I saw, just dirty. So what I'll do is I'll come in probably with some black paint a little bit, and do the wheels and in black and detail it up, okay? And jazz it up. I got things to jazz it up with. Okay. Now we'll be back. Little update. We're paint, just to let you know, those little boxes, some are a little bigger, wider, I should say, because they're really not bigger, but they're wider, and just showing you that that's where we're at now. And that's just me coming in and painting these. This is going to be part of the tier tray. I've decided that. So I'm going to make a Christmas scene of some sort. So I may not make this into a book stack. See how things kind of change as I dropped it a minute ago. So I'm trying to fix what I did. There we go. Okay. Oops, forgot a side. It's so relaxing. If you're not a crafter and you're watching, well, goodness. There's no mistake in crafting, I was told. Anyway, I do find it relaxing. If you like watching the videos, why don't you give it a try? If you're not already doing so. And anyway, we've got the stand here, the glass stand. I painted the glass. Now, before you paint the glass, use a mixture of alcohol and water, rubbing alcohol. Now, not drink alcohol now, you guys. Be good. I don't even drink. Anyway, in my old days I did, but I'm an old girl now. Old lady. Anyway, make sure to put over the glass a good cleaning of this alcohol mixture and water. I usually do half and half, and just give it a really good cleaning with that alcohol. That's the alcohol that helps to get the paint to adhere better to the glass, which I'll be doing with this paint jar right here, because I'm going to use it as well for something Christmassy, so I'm going to chalk paint it. And with this one, I'm going to put baking soda and white chalk paint. I'm going to mix a little batch of it and put it on. And this is going to look more like a clay pot when it's all the way done. That's going to look really cool, okay? So the next time I come back, this will have, I'm just going to put a layer of regular first, and then after get a bit of good alcohol wipe, and then put one layer on, and then I'll make my mixture, and I'll come back and let you see how that goes, okay? This stuff is just doing its thing drying, and I'll be putting another coat, okay? And then distressing. Snap, I'll be back. There they are. I've got 3 projects in the making here that all had to have paint first. All needed chalk paint. I've chalk painted all my little boxes. Now this is an adorable little antique box I got at the thrift store. It's Diane's thrift store on East Michigan in Orlando, Florida. Mother has a thrift store, and I have been spoiled all my life by her. But anyway, I love this. I've cherished this little ring box, and it was just, well, you can see here, that was the color of it. It just aged everywhere, that really dirty yellow. So I'm going to clean up the mirror and then gently paint around that. But I just wanted to give it a basic, coat. And see, because it's kind of a fabric, a real soft, almost feels like there's cotton in there. So, can't wait to see what happens with this project because I feel Christmas in this, okay? Something twirling around, being reflected from the glass. I don't, I've got some ideas. Yeah. This also will fit on my tier tray, which is the second project right here. One part of it. The other one is going to be the jar that I showed you. Yes, I've got one coat. No, no, two coats of chalk paint. But now I'm going to mix the chalk paint and baking soda, okay? And you mix it to a nice consistency, and I'll film that part to let you see. And then, pause you, and then I'll do all the painting. You won't have to look at all that. But then when it dries, I'll get to show you how it looks. And that's also going to be for the tier tray. I'm making a 3-leveled one, okay? The frame, as you see below, is completely done. The inside edges, don't forget about that, ladies or gentlemen. And so it's all done. And so what I'm going to do next is antique it and all that good stuff. And then go ahead and put in the insert, which is already ready to go. We stenciled it. Let me show you. I thought I could grab it a little quicker, but apparently it was protecting it. All things are possible. There's going to be some more activity happening on this page when it's completely done in the frame. Okay, 3 projects. Tier tray, frame, insert, and I'm going to make some kind of art here. And then these are ready for something for Christmas, I know, for this and the rest of the boxes. I think the tier tray is going to be more Christmas oriented. I have so much Halloween stuff, it's time to start on making my house look a little prettier. I'm sorry, y'all. Holding it upside down. Okay, snap, I'll be back. Snap, I'm back. Okay, we're ready to make our pottery-like design on this glass jar that I have already put 2 layers of chalk paint on, just a nice base for it. I've poured this was just a lid off of actually a little Kool-Aid. He likes Kool-Aid mix, and that it's a perfect mixing jar. I love them. I save them. Anyway, perfect to mix in. So whoops. Well, that was really good. I don't want to get this everywhere, and it will get everywhere. There. Okay, let's just stop that paint up. Okay, little stick, don't you run away from me like that. Okay. What we want to do now is get the baking soda. By the way, this is baking soda. I put it in here. Stays fresher longer, etc., etc. And I'm declumping it. It kind of is clumpy. And all I'm doing is using my hands, and I'm going to put some in there. And I'm unclumping it. Remember to unclump it, because if you don't unclump it here, it's going to be harder to do when you... In fact, I actually recommend to stir at this point before you add any more. Let's just see what consistency we already have now. We may have been okay with just one little sprinkle in there. What do you think? So we'll just stir the witch's brew. That'd been neat if I could have put a paint color in here. I've never tried that with the pot, to make the pottery. And see, some of the baking soda is, clumping on me. So I'm being, I'm patting it against the side. That's why I like this Kool-Aid thing, because you can really use this, okay? Pop them little clumps of baking soda apart and mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it, mix. Okay, well, I don't think it's enough, okay? I just don't. I don't even think I have enough paint. We'll have to see here. I'm doing another big sprinkle. I'm just going for it. Lumps and all. Making a witch's brew. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, I was just thinking, I wonder if I could add some acrylic paint or watercolor paint, whichever, in here and create a color for the pottery, if I can speak right. Because this is linen white by Rust-Oleum chalk paint mixed with baking soda. And there's the color. It's a nice white. It's looking a little gray from the baking soda. Not real thrilled with that, but let's see. Looking at consistency here. You see that? We're not quite there yet, guys. We're going to need another third sprinkle. Okay, here we go. Back to stirring the witch's brew. I've got to decorate my front porch. I have more decorations inside my house than I do outside. The lawn looks really great. My husband did it. He is a real good at doing the lawn, and he grows rose bushes. Brings me in beautiful yellow roses that he picks. So, okay, now this is getting a little bit more like what we're looking for. Let's see if you can see what I'm doing. I'm finally getting it nice. It's almost like doing frosting, ladies, okay? Now there. That is the consistency I'm looking for right there. Okay, where it just barely wants to drip. But you see it's thick. Because I'm going to put it on there. And I'm thinking about putting it on with this and smoothing it on, because I don't mind the roughness, because pottery has kind of a textured feel to it. I just want to kind of test. This is the first time I've tried this on glass, so I've seen it done, but I'm trying it out. Okay, let me work with this a little bit more. Not sure if I'm going to use a spatula, so I'm going to put you on pause and snap. I'll be back. Okay, everybody, here's what we got going on. I've just put it on. Well, I think there's actually one little place that I need to put. Yeah, there's a little bit back here that needs to be put on. But I wanted to kind of show you how to do it. And I'm simply using my fingers to hold the jar. And, well, I should have probably... I'm down to the last of this mixture. I may have to make a little more. We'll have to see here. But what I've done is taken some, and you put it right up on there. And with this a little plastic knife, it's usually in a lot of paint kits. I don't know how long I've had this thing. I've never really used it, but I didn't really know how to put this on. It didn't look very good with the brush. I didn't like the way it was turning out at all. So you can watch me struggle with this, because I'm having a struggle right now. Okay, so this spot here has none on it either, so I think I may need more paint. But what I try to do is, I don't know, create some texture that's interesting and not mess up like it, well, that's kind of, but I kind of made a cool little effect there, that little bump. I don't know if this is supposed to turn out to look like, after it dries, it's going to look like pottery of some sort. There, that was that little mess up I just did. Everything's fixable. Yeah, I'm glad I saw that. I almost missed it. Bumped it with my hand. There's a whole plate right there that needs some, so I'm going to have to really scrape this little bowl. Okay, I'm going to finish up on this. We'll come back once, I don't know whether I can dry it with a blow dryer or not. Probably not. We'll have to come back to this project on another video. Okay, but that's chalk paint mixed with baking soda, trying to get a pottery effect. I'll try to come back if it dries or gives some kind of look of what it's going to be. I'll show you. I'm going to put the picture in the frame of the inspiration, and we're going to build that from there. Thank you for watching. You have a great day now. Bye.